Lit. Roll up to the party. Roll up to the party. Roll up to the party. Roll up to the lit. Roll up to the party. Roll up to the party. Roll up to the
Good morning and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View this morning. Saturday morning, we are back. Yes, we're back at Celtic Park for a Saturday 3 o'clock kickoff. Best time of day to be playing football. We are on 19,967. And before we get started today, there's got a new present. Yes, new present from my old club. No, it's not a present for you. God, the dog thinks it's a present for her now. But yeah, before we start, I want to open this because I have been absolutely buzzing, waiting to get my hands on this. For people that don't remember, I was bus convener of one of the best clubs in Scotland. Look at that. 30 years at the Joseph Rafferty Celtic Supporters Club. 30 years. I remember when we had our 25th anniversary at Celtic Park and we had Charlie Mulgrew. Oh, this is a cracker. But Charlie Mulgrew and Caesar. And Charlie Mulgrew signed this Ultra scarf. Yep, Charlie Mulgrew's got a signature on this Ultra scarf that I've still got. But this, I have been waiting so long for this. Did you get away, dog? There we go, look at that. Absolute cracker. 30 years of Mr. Rafferty, up the Celts. 30 years of Joseph Rafferty Celtic Supporters Club. Absolutely so proud to have my hands on this. Could bring a tear to a glass eye. Jesus. Hold it together, Baz. 30 years. I'm going to put this. It's going to sit. We need to get this sitting somewhere. It can be seen. It can be seen there. Perfect. Get in there. What a way to start the morning. Right, let's jump quickly into the comment section just to see who is all in. Yeah, there are loads of people on the video this morning. And Austin Trusty, let's just get into the big news. We're just all about big news this morning. We're all about big, massive news. Austin Trusty has... Wait a minute. Just turn that down. Make sure that the audio is alright. I never even checked that this morning. It doesn't sound like there was anything bad. Safeco fans, get ready to grumble. Morning Baz says Gemma. Make sure that that's fine. Austin Trusty. Oh, look, kissing his missus. Just turn that volume down a little bit. But let's watch the video. Yeah, let's watch the complete video of Austin kissing his missus. And go and play again. And why is it not going to play? Just 2 seconds. Why is it not going to do that? Let me just see. Why is it not doing it? Interact. Play again. It's not going to play again. Damn. Unless I have to do this. See, this is the thing when you're trying to be completely interactive. Let me just take that off. Anyway, it plays a video of him and his missus, and it's not doing it. Oh, this is what happens when you're trying to be smart and be completely interactive. No, it's not going to do it, is it? Damn. 2 seconds. Let's take that off of there. And let's do this. And then we'll try and get it again. Copy. Okay, done that. Let's put it back in. And interact. Obviously, we'll get it live this way. Just 2 seconds. This is what happens when you're doing live stuff. No, it's not working at all now. Anyway, Austin Trusty and his missus is going to have a baby. Yes, they're going to have a baby. And we're sitting on 1,967 subs. Right, let's get to the Celtic news because that just didn't work. It worked before I went online. It worked before I went live. And it didn't work when I was live. Absolutely typical, isn't it? Anyway, Austin Trusty put out news on Instagram late last night that him and his partner Emily are looking to have their first baby. They're expecting their first baby due in 2025. It's going to be a fantastic year. He's going to have his first baby before the end of the season. The American central defender has settled into Celtic. You've got to say him and Cameron Carter-Vickers are let's not talk about Cammy this week. A little bit of issue on pass-back football and all that. Trusty must be going, Cammy, what was that all about? What was that all about? Do you know what I mean? What's happening, man? Jesus, get down in the hood, bro. What the fuck? Anyway, Trusty, who joined Celtic from Sheffield United in a £6 million transfer deadline day deal, took to Instagram last night, posting a video of him and his partner and on a Scottish loch, all smiles with photo scans and a little Trusty 2025 Celtic top, baby top. Absolutely, I love that. They're totally loving the fact that they are. Wait a minute, we've got it. I've got it again. Right, I've got it again. Let's see if we can get this video on the live. Trusty. It's playing now. Why is it playing now? Yeah, look, it's playing now. There it is. Look, there's the video. Trusty and his missus. There we go. We've got it by the powers of technology and live YouTube. There's Trusty and lovely little video. A little baby Trusty 2025. Let me just expand that a bit and we'll get that. How cute was that? That was the cutest thing ever, wasn't it? See, we do cuteness on this channel as well. We don't just do Celtic news and hun meltdowns. We do cuteness. We do. That's going to get slated for saying we do cuteness. Seen that this morning on Instagram. I was bubbling away. So happy for them. Gemma, you were bubbling away because you are carrying a child and your emotions are all over the place. Crazy pregnant woman. I know exactly how you're feeling because I've got someone in my family that's going through the exact same thing. And she's all over the place as well. Don't know Trusty was going to be a father. Congratulations. Yep, a big congratulations to everyone from the Celtic family and the One Celtic Fans View to big Austin Trusty. Hopefully when I'm an old geezer, his son will be pulling in the hoops. Yeah, well, hopefully, yeah. You never know. You never know. Anyway, there is a little bit of transfer speculation this morning. And it's from someone that always puts out exclusives. And they never turn out to be right. But it's from Football Insider, and Peter O'Rourke talks more shite than anybody, but he's put it out there. He says that Celtic have a financial issue on a player that they want to sign this summer. Christian Eriksen from Manchester United. Not a chance. Christian Eriksen's on 150 grand a week at Manchester United. The 32-year-old is free to speak to anyone in January. Christian Eriksen, I bet the Hun meltdowns are the best. Oh, jeez, there's that. But yeah, Christian Eriksen, 32-year-old from Man United, is alleged to be wanted by Celtic. He's on 150 grand a week at Man United. He's not had the best of careers at Man United, let's say, but he's Danish, and that's the only link that they've got. All of a sudden, we're going to be bringing in half the Denmark team. It's not happening, is it? But anyway, he did put out that late last night, he put out Celtic, Christian Eriksen to Celtic. O'Rourke shares update on January deal. He's not going to come in January. Look who's back. You're not going to put. Wait to get it on the screen right there. There we go. The hand of God had returned, and she returns bringing coffee. Did you put any sweetener in that? Yes, one. What? Really? 2, 3.
3?
Yeah,
my
that's...
goodness.
Jesus, if you're going to do a job, do it right, woman. Get slated for that next. Anyway, what do you think about that? Well-placed sources have informed Football Insider that Celtic are going to get. They're not going to get anywhere near the wage. It's a nothing story. It's another nothing story. No way we could pay it. It's never going to happen. Let's just put it to bed now. Christian Eriksen will not be coming to Celtic. I understand that Brendan Rodgers does want a more experienced midfield player in that midfield, especially for Champions League, because I think that we've all got a funny feeling that we think, yeah, she comes back again. There we go. Attempt number two. That's better. That's better. See? Whoopah! I wish. Sweet that. She's got you in a diary. No, boyfriend been offered. I've been sugar free for a while now. Hence the reason that I've slimmed down a bit. I'm starting to look a bit chubby on screen, but a ball face earlier on this year. So I cut out sugar and cut out going to crappy pubs and eating shite. But anyway, Eriksen wouldn't get a game. Who would you drop, says Craig. We do need, and what it has done is it's ignited the chat and the speculation that Brendan Rodgers does want to bring in an experienced. Your scarf brought back memories of cycling from Hampden to Wembley. Peter Rafferty was on it, and it was for brain and scan. York Hill Children's Hospital. Memory everyone else. Sugar-free beer. I didn't drink beer, mate. I stopped. I didn't really drink beer. I maybe have a canya. That's about it. Yeah. Bangers and mash. Sugar's addictive as nicotine. Yep, it is. I've got a sweet tooth, but I do like an odd little bit of sugar. But yeah, no, I've cut it out of my diet as much as I can. But anyway, I'm at that age where you need to start looking after yourself. Why are sausages called bangers, please? What? I don't know. Jesus, what's wrong with the chat today? Let's miss out the chat. And yeah, what it's done is the speculation that he's put out there last night that Celtic are interested in Christian Eriksen. All it's done is we know there has been rumours that Celtic and Brendan Rodgers does want to bring in a more experienced midfield player into the Celtic team. He feels that the Celtic midfield, as good as they are, just aren't at the level when it comes to the Champions League, and that we should be doing a little bit better in the Champions League. It does suggest to me that I think that this will ultimately be Rio Hatate's last season at Celtic. He's a player that spoke many, many times over the summer about moving from Celtic to play in a higher league. I think if there's one player that will be sold in the summer, it will be Rio Hatate. I think it's time to cash in on him. If you don't cash in on him now, I mean, will the price for Rio Hatate go up any higher? I don't think it will. I think we've kind of hit the ceiling on what we're going to get for Rio Hatate. The fact that we've got him on a good 4-year contract, I don't know. I think that anyway. But what it does say is Brendan Rodgers does want to bring in a midfield general. He does want to bring in a midfield general to boost the team. Who would you drop? Well, that was one of the questions that was in the chat. Who would you drop? I'm not really sure about that one, because you've got Paulo Bernardo trying to get into the team. You've got Luke McCowan who can't get into the team. You know, we've got a lot of midfielders that can't get into the team. People are saying, ultimately, are we going to go for young Lennon Miller from Motherwell? And he'd be one for the future. Would he accept coming into Celtic? He's not going to come to Celtic this window. If we buy him this window, we're going to loan him back. Would it be the case that we would loan him back to Motherwell for more than one season? Now that's an interesting permutation that we haven't thought about. Would it be better for Lennon Miller's progression as a football player to be loaned back to Motherwell for, say, a season and a half, just to get him playing a little bit more football? He's still at that age where, you know, it could progress a little bit more. Or do we get him into the Celtic team and get him fighting out for the first team? It's an interesting one. Anyway, like Brendan Rodgers said, there's a lot of football to go before we even get to the transfer window and any transfer. Do we give Engels a wee chance, boys? Arne Engels, he's not going anywhere. Hannah spoke about this yesterday. Arne Engels will progress as a Celtic player. Brendan Rodgers spoke about it. He says, look, People were writing off Nico Kuhn, and when he came in January, says he wasn't good enough. People wrote off Paulo Bernardo, didn't think he was good enough. He ended up having a fantastic season. People wrote off Matt O'Reilly, when Matt O'Reilly could not get into the Celtic team because of Aaron Moy. People have short memories. You know, people have short memories. Matt O'Reilly could not get a game for love nor money at Celtic. Matt O'Reilly wanted to leave Celtic if the manager was going to stay the same manager. We need to remind ourselves of this. Matt O'Reilly was never going to be here. He wanted away. He was one of the ones that wanted away. Brendan Rodgers convinced him to stay that season, and what a fantastic season they had under Brendan Rodgers. And even Matt O'Reilly said at the beginning of the season, remember, he said, what a difference. It's like a breath of fresh air this season at Celtic. That was indirect dig at Ange Postecoglou. Angie, big edge. Anyway, he's gone, so is Matt O'Reilly. Celtic are still here, and we'll go on and we build, and that's what we do. If we want to be... Kalmak had to be loaned out. Exactly. Look, it didn't do Kalmak any harm, says Jason Lee. When you look at it, look, there's players that will come into Celtic, and Brendan Rodgers wants the best. We need to stop thinking about who's going to get left out. If Brendan wants to take us to the next level of player, right, players that can ultimately really compete in the Champions League, so be it. I'm up for it. This is a different direction that Celtic are going in, and it's a fantastic direction if you ask me. Anyway, Brendan Rodgers. Ross County today. We take on Ross County. What will be the Celtic team? Brendan Rodgers has an abundance of players at his disposal. And will there be a club rotation? Should we take down the Austin Trusty thing? Yeah, just because that's a bit weird, him kissing his Mrs. Belly on screen all the time. We went up to 19,969. There we go. We're getting that itsy teeny weeny little polka dot number up every single day. It's getting, there's going to be a live coming shortly where we get to it, and it's going to be, will it be a Sunday Night Live? Interesting. Anyway, have your say. I say we'll get right into the predictions. I'm going to go for Celtic 3, Ross County 0 tomorrow. Put your score predictions in the chat if you're on the live. If you're not on the live, put your score predictions in the comment section under the video. Put it in the comment section under this video. Ian Roy says, disgusting thought that we sign Eriksen on 150k a week when there are people in Scotland who can barely feed themselves. We are a club funded for feeding the poor and people of Glasgow. Ian, come on. It's modern day football we're talking about. We're not going to pay him 150 grand a year, right? Celtic, the Celtic Foundation, and I'm going to defend Celtic on this one, Ian, and yes, I'm sorry, but Celtic Foundation last night had their Christmas appeal, which raised thousands upon thousands of pounds for the Celtic Foundation, the charity side of Celtic. So, I mean, talking about how much players get paid, it's the modern day game of football. The Celtic Foundation last night did an amazing thing. And whilst we're talking about that, this is totally off topic, I'm going to do a video for the members area, because I'm going to do a charity all dayer. Yes, during the Christmas holidays, when there's lots of people kicking around. I'm going to check out, what one could we do it on actually, because there's usually a night game during Christmas. And Welshes are putting in your matches. Coming up, matches. Dynamo Zagreb. Now, we'll do it during the holidays. I'm at 2 seconds. Are you working Boxing Day? That could be interesting. Could do it Boxing Day. I might do a Boxing Day special. And we're going to raise money for the Celtic Foundation on that day. And it might be an all-dayer. The Celtic game does kick off at 3 o'clock. Celtic part-time. It is a home game on the 26th of December. But what I might do is just a continuous live all day. An all-dayer. See how long we can last. For every £1,000 and we're going to do it through Just Giving for the Celtic Foundation, and on the 26th of December. And for every £1,000 that we raise, equates to every hour that I stay on. So if we raise £3,000, I stay on for 3 hours. If we raise £4,000, we stay on for 4 hours. If we raise £5,000, we stay on for 5 hours. Each £1,000 that we raise equates. What if it goes over 10,000? I'm not thinking this through, are we? There's a limit. There's a 12-hour limit on it, right? There is a 12-hour limit on it. But for every £1,000 that we raise on Boxing Day, the Boxing Day All Dare, we will do. I will do even if it takes 12 hours, we'll do a maximum 12. I don't know how I'm going to do toilet breaks and stuff. I've never even thought this through. But we're going to do a charity event all day Boxing Day, and it'll be interesting. And we're going to raise money for the Celtic Foundation on Boxing Day. So yeah, I'm going to put that. We'll put it into the members area, and because I might need to get quite a few more people on the spanners just to help out on that day, just to keep on promoting the link to the Celtic Foundation Just Giving page, and we're going to see if we can raise as much as we can. So for every £1,000 that we raise on Boxing Day, that's an hour that we stay on to a maximum of 12 hours. I can't do more than that. Jesus, I can't do 3 hours. I'll need to drink nothing that day. Just drink nothing and just be like sit and nibble food. Anyway, we digress. So yeah, that's one for Boxing Day. So keep an eye out for that one. I will get that one promoted quite a lot, and I'll get the Celtic page, the Celtic Just Giving page, get that sorted also. So yeah, we'll get that done. Because it saves going to the pub and stuff. I can stay in the house. Anyway, Celtic do kick off at 3 o'clock this afternoon, Celtic part time. It is not a broadcast that has been picked for Sky Sports, Premier Sports. It will be on Celtic TV for its international subscribers. And if you've got a Fire Stick, just plug it in and put it in your telly and put an app in, and then you can watch Celtic TV if you're sitting in the house in Scotland. Illegally, of course, but who cares? Get it up the old BBC. Anyway, it will be talking about the BBC. The highlights will be on BBC Scotland from 7:15 tonight. Yes, there we go. Anyway, we've done the Austin Trusty stuff. The team, let's get into the team predictions. And the team predictions is going to be all over the place. But as it says in the thumbnail, Paulo Bernardo and Alex Bailly, for me, must start today. Kasper Schmeichel, he is going to have, he's going to try and get another clean sheet at Celtic Park today, which will take his tally to an unbelievable amount. I think Alistair Johnston, talk a lot, will be raving about his new contract, and he'll be waiting and firing on all cylinders back at Celtic Park today. Austin Trusty, will he be given the nod above, thinking about squad rotation, will he be given the nod above Liam Scales? That's an interesting one. There could be a change in the back line, I think, with Scales coming in with Carter Vickers. I think Scales might come back in for this one. So I'm going to go Scales, Carter Vickers, Trusty and Alex Bailly, because I think that Scales covers the left-hand side a bit more if Alex Bailly is going up. So that's my reason for the change today. It's nothing to do with Trusty and his missus having a baby and that. I just think that a little bit of change in the team to keep it fresh. And because Liam Scales likes to go over to the left-hand side a bit more, that'll allow Alex Bailly to come up further forward and be a complete menace in the Ross County half. So that's going to that's my back four today. It's going to be Liam Scales, Alex Bailly, Cameron Carter Vickers, and the unstoppable Canadian Alistair Johnston. In the midfield, Callum McGregor, who is the captain, he's not going to get dropped. You can think he's having an off game or whatever, but Callum McGregor will be there pushing the team forward to make sure that we get the 3 points on this last day of November. And happy St Andrew's Day to you if you celebrate St Andrew's Day. Do you celebrate St Andrew's Day? We went to one St Andrew's Day one thing. I think it was the first year we were here, but I think there's a Scottish pub called Stagger Inn. We might nip down there for lunch. Do you hear me? Yay! We're going to the Stagger Inn for lunch. I'm not. Just because you ate yourself through Scotland. Anyway, in the midfield, I think it's going to be Callum McGregor, Paulo Bernardo, and who will play beside Paulo Bernardo? Because Luke McCowan's been unfortunate not to get some game time, but will he ultimately get some game time this afternoon? Would you go with Callum McGregor, Paulo Bernardo, and Luke McCowan in that midfield today? That would be an interesting one, because I think Dyson Maida needs dropped. I do think that Dyson Maida needs dropped, and Staggering Rallies. Yep, boy for Belfort. I'm going to nip there for lunch. I'll need to watch what time. I'll need to be an early lunch because I go live an hour and 15 minutes. Where are you? Are you in Spain now, mate? Or are you back home? You'll be back home, won't you? Happy St Andrews Day, everyone. Staggering's a belter. Tamat, it's a cracking pub as well. Cracking, but the best Scottish breakfast round here. The best Scottish breakfast in Spain, I think, to be honest. And yeah, nice Scottish family that own it. Scales will come in for CCV, says Pat O. Interesting. Nick Aaron's girl says, start James Forrest for Maida today. You could start James Forrest and then bring Dyson Maida on the second half. Or will Louis Palmer ultimately get the nod? Anyway, who do we play in the midfield? The fact that Dyson Maida, that's further forward. Let's get back to the midfield. Paulo Bernardo and Callum McGregor, I think that those two are a must start today. It's going to be down to whether Luke McCowan gets some game time. I think that Ross County, that's a game that you could bring him quite easily. When you think of Arne Engels, he's not getting dropped because of anything untoward. I think that Rio Hatate needs dropped just to give him that little bit recovery time. But I mean, it's going to be a hard one. Brendan Rodgers will pick the best team that he thinks will win the game ultimately. Out wide, James Forrest starts instead of Maida, or does Louis Palmer get a start? That's an interesting one. If Louis Palmer doesn't get a start, he's definitely off in January. Adam Ida, I think he'll start up front. Nico Kuhn, he'll start all day long. I don't think that you're going to drop Nico Kuhn for what he brings to the team. Him and James Forrest on the opposing sides. Dyson Maida, think about the travelling that he did. It wasn't his best during the week. And I think that Brendan Rodgers will give the Japanese boys just a little bit time off today. They'll come on in the second half, mark my words for it. They're not getting a full day off. They're not getting told, it's a rest day, mate. It's a rest day. No, they will be brought on in the second half. It'll just be giving them that little bit extra, not playing a full 90 minutes. Adam Ida, you get a nod before Kyogo. I think he might do, because Ross County are a big team. Adam Ida got the nod up in Ross County before, remember. Ross County are a big physical team. Although Kyogo likes to make runs off them, the Ross County defenders like to do the odd shoulder charge or two, don't they? And they'll be trying to take Kyogo out the game altogether. The jury is out on Engels for me. Seems a bit of an Avon lady, says Ian. Oh my God, kneecapper quality. They are that. Everyone was saying the exact same about Nico Kuhn. Brendan Rodgers said it in his interview yesterday. He says, look, people said it about Nico Kuhn. People said it about Paulo Bernardo. You know, this season it's Arne Engels that's getting it because of his price tag. You know, people at the beginning of the season, Adam Ida was getting it because of his price tag. You know, so anyway, it's one of those things. As fans, we think that we know better than Brendan Rodgers. Well, I don't, because Brendan Rodgers he's a tactical genius, I think, and he's one of the best managers that we've had at Celtic for a very long time. That can make in-game tactical changes that changes things completely different for any other manager that we've had. And I just think he's brilliant. But anyway. Happy birthday to Thomas. There we go. Thomas is 51 today. There you go. Hope you're 50 or 5. 5i today. It is 51. McCowan will get game time once he's fully settled. Engels will be fine once he's fully settled in. A dozen games, plenty of time to go. Be patient, folks, says Pork Chops Express. You're right, mate. Do you know, it's when we look at the Celtic players and we look at the players that are in Celtic, people are too quick to judge them, and us as fans are far too quick to judge them. Off to Puerto del Carmen for the bar 67. Here I come. Used to be a Chinese pub in Duke Street called Bang Wan Inn. I bet that got closed down quick, yeah. Oh, Jesus. Going to watch Kneecap tonight. Ooh. Mobley says, had a bovril at a game the other night and a mince pie, glorious. Until you've had a voddy bovril, you've never lived. Next time, sneak a wee quarter bottle of vodka and get that in your bovril. Neck that. That's a wee warmer and gets the belly going and keeps you all nice and warm. Engels will be a superstar, says Thomas. Thomas, he's still a young lad. Yep, Celtic 4, right? And I've missed all the score predictions. I need to scroll back up. Put your score predictions back in again. Sugar is worst. Let me just screen up through this. What song, Gemma? Can't remember what song. Gemma's going for 4-0. 4-0 Mobley. And 5-1 Craig Young. Carley's going for 3-0 Celtic. 6-0 by Declan. 6-0. Do you really think 6-0 today? I better drink my coffee before it gets cold. That's what happened to the last one. Was Baz just yelling at his mum? Aye, because I stay with my mum. This is my bedroom I'm in. My bed's at the other side of the desk. Boxing Day sounds great. Hope Alex Valley starts. Yep, didn't deserve to get dropped. No, he didn't. I'm just trying to scroll through. Seen scoreline, right through. 3-0 Celtic, says Shannon. Aiden's going for 3-1 Celtic. Andrew O'Hare's going for 4-1 Celtic. Got a lot of chat, but no scorelines. Come on, get that scorelines. Get the scorelines in. Balti pies at Parkhead are the business. God, how I don't miss Scotland. Sorry. 3 years till I'm 50, says Carly. There you go. Joe Docherty is going for either 5-1 or 5-0 Celtic. 5. He's going for 5-1 today. No, he's 69-year-old, says Thomas. He's going for 5-1 today. How do you need to write it a bit? He's at that age. 69. Anyway. Alan Aldo McGregor is going for 5-0 Celtic. Pork Chop Express is 59 in March. There we go. If that's your bedroom, Baz, where's the Fantasia posters? Oh, man, I'm sure my brother's got a box of them somewhere. Stephen's going for 3-0 the Hoops. Carly says happy birthday Thomas. Bovril aren't just for Christmas. No, they aren't just for Christmas. They're for every cold winter's night during the whole of a season. And a little bit of vodka in it, a voddy bovril. And drinking is not for everyone, by the way. And don't drink, it's bad for you. But yeah, have a voddy bovril at the game, it's brilliant. 10-0 to Celtic, says up the Celts. 10-0. I don't think it'll be 10-0. Stephen is going for 3-0 Celtic. And yeah, that's that. So let's get a recap. Let me see if we can get the Austin Trusty video back up, just as a little look moment. Let's interact. So we're going to do it. We're going to have to do this. Do this again. And it disappears. And then do this again. Hopefully. Was that the same source? Yep. I really want to just hide that for a moment till I interact. And maybe need to go into the page. I'm going to try and go back onto this, and it's not doing it. Oh, it is. There we go. And it stopped it. Great. Oh, look, there we go. That's it. Look. Oh, little moment. Oh, look, the barber. Oh, there. Oh, chuffed to bits. get a wee professional video done on a loch in Scotland and walking along. The American dream is alive at Celtic Park. Baby Trusty 2025. Bring on the noise. Absolutely brilliant. Anyway, the subscriber count has jumped up a little bit, just a little bit. There we go. It's jumped up to 19,969. It's getting close. It's getting close. If we're going to have to do a Sunday night live, if it doesn't happen today after the game today. Anyway, talking about the game today, here is a look at the SPFL table after the team in second place managed to drop more points. They'll be devastated that they're now on 13 games. And one more game than Celtic. Celtic are on 12 games. Celtic sitting on 34 points with a goal difference of 31. 4 goals against all season. Only the 4 goals against Celtic all season. That's why I'm going for a prediction of Celtic 3, Ross County 0 today. I expect Celtic to fully just put Ross County to bed after this. I think it'll be the second half as normal. Goals for 35. We have lost 0 games this season. We've drawn 1 game against Aberdeen earlier on in the season with 11 wins so far, which puts Celtic in an absolutely fantastic position at this time of the season, going into a very busy Christmas period, a very busy. That's because I'm looking at that video again. Stop it. Get that video off. Anyway, Celtic have a very busy December period and lots of games coming up. There will be a live, as always, 1 hour and 30 minutes before kick-off today. There will be a live when the team Bernardo was disastrous against Dortmund. The whole team was disastrous against Dortmund. Anyway, there will be a live 1.5 hours before the kick-off today as the team is announced at Celtic Park. Make sure that you join us for that. And make sure you join us for the live after the game. Used to swig a quarter bottle of vodka and a Wana. An Iron Brew Chaser. There you go. The Alex Vibe evidence, yes, is overwhelming. Bernardo, not necessarily. Bernardo never got that much game time last season, but when he comes on now, the fans, is this another invincible season? Brian Hart, I asked this after 7 games into the season. I asked that on this very channel, 7 games into the season. Are Celtic on the verge of another invincible Baz, vodka in your porridge? That is disgusting. I was part of a stable diet in your 90s, Craig. Anyway, on that note, I shall see you an hour and a half before kick-off today. 19,969. Oh, it's getting close. Have a fantastic day, Celtic fans, wherever you are.